What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video, as you can see in the title, is Eddie Jones thinks the Springboks are simple to beat. The English coach has opened his mouth yet again, stirring a little bit of heat before the big test in Twickenham in just a few weeks' time. Now this game is going to be epic, obviously, but before we get into the details of this video and giving my thoughts and opinion on the English coach and what he's just said, if you are new here and haven't yet subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button, join the community, and you will not miss another rugby video. Also make sure the bell icon's on so you get notified as soon as I upload. So much rugby to come. November internationals, Bledisloe this weekend. It's rugby dreams, so make sure you've hit that subscribe button, and if you have any rugby friends, make sure you let them know about me and the rugby journey that we are on. It's going to be epic. So let's get to the topic of today. Now, Eddie Jones about 2-3 days ago opened his mouth and said South Africa are pretty simple to beat. Now I'll quote what he said: it's pretty simple to beat the Springboks. You've got to take them on up front, and when you get opportunities to score points, you've got to score them. Now, isn't that the case with every team? If you have an opportunity, you've got to score them. They play a traditional Springbok game up front and then move the ball wide when they need to. Now, yes, there is truth in that, and yes, we are a little sometimes predictable, but he must also remember a lot has changed since June. And I think he said something similar before they toured South Africa, and South Africa ended up winning, if I'm not mistaken, 2-1. Yes, we lost the final test, but obviously that was atrocious weather. Not using that as an excuse. Obviously we got outplayed and outskilled in those conditions, which is a nervous thought because we do know that there's obviously rain about and all that stuff, so that's something we need to work on. But to say we're simple, I think he's really I think he's just stirring the pot, to be honest. South Africa have come a long way. We all know where they were last year, in a shocking state of rugby, having had a record defeat against the All Blacks, having had a record defeat against Ireland. Really had a shocking year. Poor record under Alistair Coetzee, but then starting off with Rassie in June against England, and a lot of people were curious or worried or stressed. Can the Springboks bounce back? Can the Springboks create that hope that there once was, and bring the community, the public together? And they certainly did. I mean, obviously it was a rocky start, but South Africa prevailed and come out the series 2-1, and deservedly so. They really did. Rugby Championship wasn't the greatest, but we definitely had some shining moments. Obviously we lost to Argentina in Argentina, as well as Australia in Australia. We beat Australia and Argentina at home. New Zealand, we unfortunately lost at home, but played a very dominant performance and showed up. And then obviously the highlight was beating New Zealand in New Zealand for the first time in a hell of a long time. So one thing that's changed since June, and I think this is quite a very important factor, is one, our attacking game is so much better than it was in June. We seem to kick away the ball a lot, but when we ran, we took on England, and we seem to do a lot more of that in the championship. Our defence was simply outstanding. We defended the All Blacks from winning. We also defended them from destroying us, if you can say. We also we just showed a lot of heart. I mean, the tackles, 200 odd tackles in the one game against the All Blacks when we beat them, 170 odd or something like that against Australia in Port Elizabeth. Epic attacking game against the All Blacks in the first game. So there's a hell of a lot of improvement. So I don't think we're as simple as Eddie might think. You must also remember his team has got a few issues themselves. You've got so many injuries. Billy and all those big guys who are well known and respected within the English squad, they are injured, so he's missing key players. Now obviously South Africa are going to have also a depleted squad, with like the likes of Fuff not being allowed to play, and a few others, especially in the first game against England because it's out of the international window, some rubbish like that. Obviously you know my thoughts on that. I think that's rubbish. I think if international teams are playing, internationals should take priority, and internationals should have the right to call players back, because to me internationals bigger than provincial rugby. But obviously money is in provincial rugby, and I suppose they get to call the ranks But yeah, it should be an epic encounter between these two countries. Obviously, England will probably go in as favourites, being the home squad and having the home advantage of Twickenham. They've obviously got a good record against South Africa there. We don't have the hottest record there, but one thing that Eddie must also realise is it's an improved Springbok squad. We have a fantastic coach in Rassie Erasmus who knows procedures, who knows plans and strategies. He's played Eddie once, he's beaten Eddie, and he can certainly do it again. He just needs to regroup, rethink. Obviously South Africa have a lot of work to do. There's mistakes that we've made that we need to capitalise. There's some stronger points that we could get better at. Obviously for me, the kicking away, I would like to see less on that, more attacking play. When we attacked on England, we got the tries and we scared them a bit. So if we can keep that game going, obviously if the players are confident and ready, they can definitely do it. I don't see why we can't beat England. I really don't. I think we stand a good chance. And Eddie must also realise that he's got one hell of a November international or autumn test series. It's going to be epic. You got South Africa, then you got New Zealand, then you got Japan. Remember, you coached them, so they might beat you with your own skills. You never know. And fourthly, you've got Australia, who have to win. So before we talk about who's simple or not, where are England? They had their worst Six Nations series, and they're obviously going to be angry and wanting to prove a point, wanting to show that they can be competitive again, and rightly so. But to me, rather than banter, play the game. You've got a history of chirping. Obviously Ireland, you called them scummy if I'm not mistaken. Wales, you said it's a shit place or something like that. And you ate your words. You had the worst Six Nations you've had in a long time. Well, the worst Six Nations he's ever had as a coach. I mean, Wales came second, so definitely not shit, are they? Ireland winning, definitely not scummy, are they? I mean, what you going to say about the All Blacks? I mean, pretty much can't say anything about them because they're just that damn good. So obviously I'm not going for England fans or England players. I'm going for Eddie Jones because, you know, I respect the man and I acknowledge the success he's brought to England and the success he brought to Japan, Australia and other teams. But don't open your mouth before something's happened. There's a long way to go. I was talking about respect yesterday in my video, and it's such an important key factor. I know he respects the Springboks, I know he respects the nations, but it's disrespectful to chirp before you even know what's happening. This is a different Springbok squad to what you saw in November, in June. Different tactics. Rassie has had time to gel with the team. He's had time to work out the strengths and weaknesses. He's had time to figure out new strategies in place in order to beat a team like the All Blacks or give them at least a challenge. He's had the experience of losing to Argentina and Australia, working ways that from that. Rassie was also had his head on the chopping block, but he recovered and moved the South African squad in a way that could become competitive again. They could start winning. So remember that. Again, before you clip, Rassie's obviously keeping quiet. He's a respectful coach, and I'm sure all the other coaches will. I know it's good old banter if you can have a chirp and say a team's simple or a team's not ready. Like, I mean, Steve Hansen's been called out for it too every now and then. But with Steve Hansen, he can back it up with the team he's got, with the experience he's had as coach. At this stage, Eddie Jones has had a shocking year. How can he get so confident? I suppose it's arrogance in the man. But yeah, just again, sharing my thoughts on the topic. It's winded me up a bit because it's, which it shouldn't, because we will do the talking on the field at the game. Either England will talk and provide or prove a point, or South Africa will talk and prove Eddie Jones wrong, that we're not that simple. And I really don't think we are. I think we're going to give England a good run for the money. I do not see why we can't beat them. They've had a shocking year, but one must also remember South Africa came from an appalling year last year to coming on the mend, and I think England have every opportunity and chance of doing the same thing. I said it in the previous video, how I reckon they can regain form and show up and give the guys a run for their money, but they need to do it calmly, cleverly, and respectfully. In my opinion, it's going to be an epic encounter. Northern Hemisphere. I mean, that tour is always awesome to watch. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. But yeah, England, like I said in the previous video, have one hell of a contest. I mean, Australia, you might think that might be an easy one, but it's not. Michael Cheika is going to want to prove a point. He's going to want to say we could beat one of the top tier teams. He's going to want to prove his critics wrong and shut them up. And also, don't count out Japan, because I didn't say this in the other video, but I'm going to say it now. Eddie Jones used to coach Japan. Japan have got the World Cup in their hometown. So for me, why not shock the world and beat England? Anything is possible. It probably is impossible, but anything is possible. We'll just have to wait and see what happens in the big game. But for me, little irritated, but you know, it's rugby, it's banter, it's what we enjoy, because for me, I love it when a team can prove someone like that wrong. And who better than Springboks and Rassie Erasmus shutting up Eddie Jones and saying that the Springboks aren't as simple as you think. Are it so simple to beat? Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you agree with Mr. Jones on his comments? I personally don't. I think we're not simple. I think we're going to give England a good run for their money, and it's going to be an epic game between two good teams. I'm looking forward to it. It should be awesome. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you're new here and haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. And also, if you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video. Letters Row predictions coming up, as well as Currie Cup predictions. So hit the subscribe button. November Internationals is next week, so don't miss out. Hit the red button, hit the bell next to it, and I'll see you guys real soon for another video. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.